Is it possible that there could be an artificial light source creating hidden layers in our sky in order to deceive us?
Hey everyone, and welcome to my truth review channel, Right Side Up, the channel where you and I can try to make heads or tails out of some of the truths, half-truths and outright lies that are circumnavigating the net each and every day and making their way at high speed into your feed, adding to the confusion and conjecture.
Hey everyone, this is Kevo and welcome to another video for Right Side Up. Well, straight up guys and girls, I'm not going to dangle the proverbial carrot and keep you in suspense until the end of this clip. The answer to the question that I asked at the start of this video, in my opinion, is yes. I believe that it is possible that there could be some sort of shield obscuring our view of reality, and I'm going to show you some observations that you can make at home that demonstrates this possibility and a possible link between weird lens anomalies, the sun halo, and the strange sounds heard around the world seeming to be coming from the sky. First, let me say that I am not claiming that there is a shield and that I have proof, and by the same token, neither do I say that there is not a shield. But hopefully the information that I present here in this video helps to create the light bulb moment in the head of someone much smarter than I am, and maybe, perhaps, we can figure this out once and for all. So you've probably seen some videos on the sun shield or artificial sun theory over the last few weeks or so, but if you haven't, then I strongly recommend that you check out Steve Olson's channel, WSO, for an in-depth study on this topic, and also check out Richie from Boston, who shows how to find the patent on this device. Yes, you heard right, there is a patent for this device, and I will put the links in the description below. Just briefly though, Steve is talking about a device in space that is creating an artificial light source to mask our real sun. And I tell you what, if you do some investigating, you will see that this sure looks like it could be our reality. Now, to add on to what WSO is presenting, I think that this device may possibly be only one part of the artificial light source. The sun throws out an intense amount of heat in all directions, and to replicate that would take an extremely powerful light source projected in an arc towards our Earth. In order to control this artificial light source and project it in the direction they want at the desired intensity, there would have to be some sort of lens. But how would they put a lens in the right place and control the light source? Well, I have a theory on this, so hang on to your hats, because this will blow your mind. So the first thing we need to do is follow on from my previous video and explain layers a bit more. I showed you that the using of filters over your camera lens creates layers within the image that you see. If you haven't seen this video, you can check it out here. It's only a short clip, and then you can come back to this video and continue on. But it's not only these filters that attribute to creating layers. All of the elements within the camera that make up the lens can have an effect on the image. As you can see here, there can be many parts within the makeup of your camera lens that can cause a vast array of effects. And here you can see that the light is reflecting and refracting as it interacts with the various lens components. For anyone who is not sure, reflecting is when light bounces off of a surface, such as a mirror, and refracting is when it changes direction as it passes through a translucent material or substance, such as glass or water. And yes, the light can be subject to both reflection and refraction from the same material at the same time. The more light that bounces around, the more varying the effects. I'll leave some links below so you can do your own homework on this. Okay, the next aspect we will look at is an observation that I accidentally made while sitting on my bed one morning looking into the bathroom. I was just aimlessly looking through one glass pane of the shower through the adjacent pane towards the vanity unit. The day before, I had watched a video regarding shielding the sun, and I was pondering this when I just happened to move my head, which changed my angle of view, and what I saw, well, that was my light bulb moment that led me to this theory. Okay, so in this shot, you can see that my camera is mounted on a stool in the doorway of the bathroom. That's the reflection of it in the mirror. The shower door is open to about 30 degrees or so from its closed position. This is the adjacent fixed glass pane that runs parallel to the vanity unit. The glass is a little bit calcium deposit affected, but that does not inhibit this experiment. You can see the edge of the bench through the 2 panes of glass. The toilet is also in the shot and everything appears as normal. Watch what happens as I close the door, therefore changing the angle of the door in respect to the fixed glass pane. You can see some reflections start to appear and move across the screen. The tiles are the first thing that you will notice, and as the door closes further, you can see a ghost image of the vanity unit appear. When the door is completely closed, you can see that not only is this ghost image offset to the solid bench, it is also a reverse image. See the label on the right hand side. It now appears on the left hand side. This is the handle for the top drawer, and this is the ghost image of the door on the right hand side. Also notice that the porcelain part of the toilet has now become transparent. To demonstrate this further, I will place this vase on the right hand side of the bench and alter the angle of the door. You can see the vase moving on the left hand side of the bench. Watch now as I change the angle of the camera in respect to the glass door. You can see that the ghost image of the bench starts to drown out the real bench and the toilet has become even more transparent. Now watch what happens as I position my arm first between the glass and the toilet and then on the other side between the toilet and the bench. One last demonstration. Watch as I place the vase on the left side behind the glass. It all but disappears. Now I will move this roll of paper towel back and forth on the right hand side. The ghost image of the paper towel virtually blocks out the vase on the left hand side. This, ladies and gents, is how a hologram is achieved and how something might be blocked from your view by an artificial image. If you didn't see me put the vase there, you would most likely not know that it was there at all. So, just as I showed how an image can be projected to be perceived to be on another layer within an image that is taken with a camera, we now also know that this effect can take place in the real world without a camera causing the distortion. The effect I just displayed is exactly what I see without the camera. You can easily replicate this at home and validate it for yourself. Rightio then, the next thing that we need is a lens in the sky. If you think that it would be impossible to float a lens in the sky and maneuver it at will without being detected by any visible means, then you better make sure you've still got hold of your hat, because here comes the head explosion. Do you know what the oldest lens material known to man is? It's water. Man first saw his reflection in water and then saw the effect of refraction in water, and the objects in the water were seen to be a different size when in the water as opposed to being out of the water. If you have dense enough water, you can put a rather large drop over some fine print on a plastic card and see the magnification of the print. But we're talking about a lens big enough to shield the sun, so how would that be accomplished? Well, check this out. Water can be controlled by sound waves. By manipulating the frequency, you can control the water droplets in virtually any way desired. This video shows how the coalescence of the droplets is affected by vibration, and you can see that the droplets become small magnifying lenses. There are plenty of videos out there that demonstrate this type of thing, and I will leave a couple of links for these as well. So if you had a large enough unit, or perhaps multiple units, working in conjunction with each other, then I guess the sky's the limit. No pun intended. An example of how this might be achieved goes something like this. We have the Earth here, and say this is the area of the sky that you want to create a water-based lens. You launch however many satellites required into an orbit that keeps them in the same position relative to the Sun, position them in the right formation, at the right altitude, where water particles are still present, fit them each with a frequency transmitter, turn on the frequency transmitter, maybe introduce some more water particles, and voila! Instant lens in the sky. Possibly multiple smaller lenses to make a large lens, perhaps. Now, the information that I found says that the frequency required to do this is inaudible to the human ear. But that's in these small size experiments at ground level. I don't know, but I wonder If this was done on a large enough scale, as I am theorising, up in our sky, interacting with the other elements of our atmosphere, ionosphere, and who knows what else I fear, then could there possibly be some accidental, audible byproduct of this process? I'm not saying that this is the case, but do you remember all the strange sounds that have been recorded all over the world that seem as if they are coming from our sky? Perhaps experiments with other audible frequencies, or maybe technical difficulties from time to time whilst in the process of creating this suspended water lens that resulted in audible frequencies being accidentally emitted from time to time. Like I said, I am just thinking out loud here. I have no proof one way or the other. However, what I do have, according to the timekeepers, is 47 years of existence on this earth, and one thing that I do know is that our skies are not how I remember seeing them in my earlier years. If you have any thoughts on this topic, I welcome your input in the comments section below, and if you have any material that you would like to share, you can send it to rightsideupcontributions@gmail.com. And remember to always do your own research, because no one is more truthful to you than you. As always, if you would like to see more videos like this, then hit the subscribe button, and remember to share this video with your family and friends via your favourite social media, and together let's get everyone right side up.